my body, move with my body. All night long, we got it going and the dance goes on. We got it going and I am here and I move with my body, move with my body. We can never go back this road, you never go back that way. I see you standing in the corner like it's okay. Don't you know that you move with your body? Don't you know that you move with your body? We wanna go on our own, we wanna go night and day. I see you standing in the corner like it's okay. Don't you know that you move with your body? Don't you know that you move with your body? With your body. With your body.
Hello, hello planarets. How are you all? Thank you for joining me today. Are you ready? We are in the third week of January, and hopefully for those of us who may have fallen off the habits and goals wagon, that we are here today and you can get some tips and tricks with how to revive those habits if you have fallen off. Thank you so much. If you are here in the live chat, make sure you say hello. We have Lydia. Hello, how are you? Star Kiss. Stephanie. Now Stephanie is in LA and she is affected by the burning over there. So for those of you along with Stephanie who it's just very sad to see all the devastating news on TV, online. Please take good care of yourself, and we are thinking of you. So it's just really, really sad. So I hope for some small consolation that your time with me and the rest of the planarets in the chat will bring you a little bit of comfort, and I do appreciate you taking the time being here. And Elle, hello, how are you? So yes, everybody is really sending their love to you, Steph, and anybody else affected by the LA burning. So please make sure to stay safe. A lot of love for you and everybody else. And I love that everyone else is saying hello. Hello, Angela. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. So for those of you who are new to me, to my live, and you are a little bit shy, don't be. As you can see from the chat, everybody is very warm, welcoming and supportive. So type new, so then that way we can welcome you and I can welcome you and thank you personally for being here. So I love that. Yes, see, everybody here is very welcoming. Star Kids says definitely stay safe. Smoke is just as dangerous. Correct. You know, here in Australia where I am, it's currently 5 o'clock in the morning. You know, a few years back, our summer are very notorious with a lot of bushfires. So, you know, so do make sure that you are taking care of yourself. With L, lots of snow, but it's melting. Wish we could send that snow to LA. Yeah, sending our love and support to those affected by the LA burn. So like I said, if you are new, don't be shy, type in new. And then of course, not forgetting you who are watching me on replay, make sure to say hello as well in the comment section. So what is today all about? Today I'm going to be diving into something we all face. You know, starting the new year strong with our habits and goals for that new year, New Year's resolution, but then feel that motivation start to fade away, and with just a few weeks in. So by the third week, which is where we are at the moment, for those of you who are still in your Sundays going into the new weeks soon, most of us feel stuck And, you know, by February, a lot of us have already given up on the New Year's resolutions and New Year's goal we created either at the end of 2024 or the beginning of the new year. But not us, okay? No, not us. Today, what I'm going to do is to help you break that cycle. So what I want to cover is we're going to talk about why New Year's resolutions often fail, and then share some strategies to help you get back on track, and look, more importantly, help me get back on track, because I have failed with a few of the things I said I wanted to do for the new year. And of course, we're going to learn about sustainable techniques for building habits that's going to actually last. So I want to show you as well, you know, how you can stick to your goals, and me stick to my goals beyond January, so then that way you can make progress all year long. Stephanie says, Marianne, love the translation feature on your videos. It sounds like, does it? Oh, I'm so glad. I was just playing around with it and talking to my boys. Look, listen, Mum, is it speaking in French, in Portuguese, in Spanish, and in German? So yes, so that's a new feature. I think you have to turn it on for those who may be YouTubers. I think you might have to turn it on the settings. It can caption in many different languages now, but then it can also dub in those you know, top translations. So yeah, so I'm so glad that's being really helpful. And of course, for those of you who may not know me yet, I'm Marianne, and through my own planning, habit tracking, well-being, and looking after yourself, I hope you can get some inspiration and ideas for your own planning, so then that way, you know, don't just use it as a to-do list, as an appointment list. It's a way for you to use your planners, your stickers, your washi tapes as a little bit of me time, okay? Use it as a joyful activity. So if you are ready, I am ready, and I want to get started. So here's a little New Year's resolution stats. So did you know, according to New Year's resolutions statistics, studies show that on average 80% of people give up on their New Year's resolution by February. So this is according to the US News and World Report. And I don't know about you, I'm starting to feel that motivation slipping away, and it's only the third week into January. I don't know, but it feels like it should be February. I look at the date and I was like, oh, it's only 13th of January. Sometimes we complain that the time is going so fast, but somehow it is going so slow. I think it's that thing of, oh, can we start again? Can we have a new month, you know, here already? So, and I found this out only recently. There is a day called Quitter's Day. So it is observed on the second Friday of January. So it is when most people, or a lot of people, abandon their New Year's resolution. So what I want to do is I want to stop that cycle right now. So hopefully you stick with me till the end, because by the end of this video, I will share with you 5 strategies to help you and me revive those New Year's goals and habits. So let us go. So here are some eye-opening statistics. According to the US News and World Report, by February, 80% of people have already failed their New Year's resolution. And it gets even more surprising. Forbes recently reported that only 9% of people actually see success with their resolution. So think about that. Less than 1 in 10. I don't want to be the those that fail. I want to be successful in the habits and the goals that I have set for myself, that I said is important to me. So why is this a common struggle? Well, it often comes down to 3 major reasons. Okay, so the first one, we set unachievable goals, okay? So we set resolutions that are too big or too unrealistic. So for example, deciding to go from no working out to hitting the gym every single day. Okay, it's going to be too overwhelming, and we are going to set ourselves up for failure even before we begin. And also, the thing is, we make New Year's resolutions or goals at the beginning of a new year because it's based on tradition. Okay, it's New Year's, everyone else is doing it, and so we put so much pressure on us, and especially for those of us who are planners, and we get all the new planners and the new stationery, and we're so enthusiastic about getting started making those first markings in our planner, and most times we actually are not ready to make the change or don't even need to. So there's no drive, and our why is not big enough to help sustain us beyond, the third week of January, beyond February. So, and then the other thing that happens is the reason why, our resolutions maybe fail by February is because we lack the systems. So we focus on what. So instead, what we want to achieve, but we don't actually spend enough time on how we're going to achieve these goals. So we have no system in place to help, break our goals into smaller, actionable steps. So then, of course, what happens? We lose track of our progress. And then the other reason why New Year's resolutions often fail is because we rely too much on motivation. So at the start of the year, we're ready, new year, new me, we're fired up and we're ready to conquer the world. I'm going to get skinny, right? But as we all know, motivation doesn't last forever. So then, of course, what happens when it dips, right? And it's always going to dip. So just know for sure that your motivation is going to dip. We are going to be we are going to be left without a backup plan to stay consistent. So that is 3 major reasons why often our New Year's resolutions fail. So Lydia is here ready with her planner. I'm so glad that you are. And of course, if you also have your planner handy, your favorite pen and your favorite stationery, take notes. So then that way, if you are, part of that 80% that often, fail by February with their habits and their New Year's resolutions, take note. And this is the reason why I created, I'm coming on for this live stream, is because I do well in some of the goals and habits that I've put in place, but there's just one which is my workout routine and my workout goals and my new habits, that it's just not sticking. So I have to try and figure out the reason. So really, really important. Lydia says as well, horrible at keeping the resolutions. Hello, Laura. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. See what I mean about the supportive Plannerettes community. You can do this. You got this. Baby steps indeed. I love it. Okay, I have none most of the time and motivation. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to create simple systems. We don't want complicated, because we are too busy to have complicated things that we got to fill in here, we got to fill in there, unless you love doing that. For me, I have multiple planners that help remind me with some things, because I turned 50 earlier on in the year, and so my perimenopause brain and brain fog, sometimes I have to have a reminder here, a reminder there, a reminder on my watch, a reminder on my phone, because I go to the kitchen and I forget why I went in there, right? So for some of us, we may have multiple planners to help us keep us on track, but we want to make sure, at least if we do have that we are keeping it very, very simple. And the same with motivation. So we can't rely too heavily on motivation, because It's just not gonna be there. Starkist says, I have Lydia to hold me accountable. We set up challenges. Loser buys a sticker book for the winner with month. What a wonderful way to keep each other accountable. I love that, Starkist. So fun. You have no motivation yet, according to Stephanie. You've got this. I know you can do it. Yes, doing stuff I need to do. Yes, I should be cleaning now instead of watching videos. Well, you need to have a little bit of me time, and this is part of your me time. So remember, like we said, planning, use it not just as a productivity tool, but also a way to have a little bit of you. Yes, I think so too, Stephanie. How awesome is that? Even meet up either person or virtually and have a celebration regardless of wins and or progress. Thank you, Lydia. Yes, 5050 indeed. And have grace on yourself, Lydia. You are locking in. Get up right now. What's around you right now, you can tidy up. Yes, that's right. Tidy up the desk while you're waiting. What's around you. I love that. Okay, so a little bit of story time. Okay, so what I have here is my previous planners, I think dating back. So I started bullet journaling back in 2017, I think June 2017. So I don't have everything. I don't want to bore you with everything, but I want to just showcase to you that even as a planner, someone who loves planning, someone who loves to bullet journal, that I fall off the wagon. A lot of times we see YouTubers, Instagrammers in the planning community have beautifully set up planning pages, and we often compare ourselves, and then we are hard on ourselves when we see that, wow, their planners are all beautifully filled in, beautifully embellished, and mine is looking empty. Mine is not getting filled in. So I want to show you that even as a planner, right? A lot of people go, oh, when I say, oh, what do I do? As a content creator, I use planning as a form of productivity and self-care. And they go, you must be so organized. I am not. That is why I plan, because I am not organized. And I think I may be undiagnosed ADHD tendencies, So I start a lot of new things and abandon it and do something else, and I get distracted easily. So I have my planner to help me stay on track when I do fall off the wagon, when I do veer off course. So what is this? This is January 2018 to June 2018. So I'm just going to show you some of my January habit tracker when it comes to my goals, and how I am part of that 80% of the group that fall off the wagon or give up on their habits and goals and New Year's resolution. So January, as you can see, second, third week of the month, I fall off the wagon. I don't do it, first few days of the year, doing well, gung-ho, hitting every mark. And then, of course, by the end of January, do not, action my habits and routines or the goals I have set for myself. So January 2018, right? Next, what's this one? This is January 2019, the next year. Okay, so this is, oh no, what happened here? Drink water, meditate, drink tea, journal, read, exercise. Oh, I did well first 3 days of January. And as you can see, right, didn't do as well. And it's okay, because I want you to see real life situations that it just, it's not always filled in habit trackers and filled in planners, that I am probably the 9 out of 10 that fail with some of my goals. But it's okay, because day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out, I keep trying to figure out, and that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to show you systems on how you can, if and when you do fall off your habits and routines and goals, we are able to pick it back up again. Okay, so I'm always good at starting. Hey, I am fantastic at starting strong. Okay, so 2024, I was in a Hobonichi, is it cousin? Yes, Hobonichi cousin. And what I did is I printed my printable download and stuck it onto the first page of each month. So there we go. But well, let's look at January. Look, I even I even changed my mind midway through on the either, you know, my habits, sequence of it, or maybe I added, I took away, and it's okay to change your mind. Okay, if there is something that is not working and you tried it, you can change your mind. You can either take it off your habits and routines or your goals, maybe work on it the next month, or maybe if, you know, instead of doing it in the morning, doing it in the afternoon. So see, I added I glued in a little piece of paper midway through, what's that? Yeah, on the 15th, and then kept going from there. So not too bad the beginning of the month. What's that? Third week. So that's into the, you know, 17th, 18th. Okay, so I want you to know I am also part of that 80% statistic that by February have given up on their New Year's resolution. But what we're not going to do is we're not going to give up on the goals that we have deemed for ourselves is important to us, that matter to us, that's going to help us down the track, whether with our mental well-being, our physical well-being, our emotional, connecting with our loved ones, being, you know, moving up into our career goals, okay, or financial well-being. So we may give up on New Year's resolutions, but we are not going to give up on our goals. And today I'm going to show you 5 tips on how to make sure we revive, we stay on track or get back on track on doing that. Okay, so that was beginning of 2024. All right, and where are we? I think 2022, just quickly. So then that way, you know, okay, I feel better because Marianne also falls very heavily off the wagon. So January 2022, okay, not too bad, but you can see here, I said I wanted to get myself outside, didn't do as well. And January 2023, okay, there we go. What happened there? What happened at the end of the month in 2020, January 2023? Okay, so please do not feel like you are alone, okay? I've always been really good at starting strong. The first week, fantastic, highly motivated, so excited. I get to use new planners, I get to use my new stickers and washi tapes. I crush it, right? The second week, I still go pretty good. Okay, let's see. So that's just previous bullet journals, previous planners, previous journals. So let's quickly have a look at where we are at 2025. Okay, so where are we? Second week of January, start to feel my habit tracker start to feel empty, but that's okay because I know I'm going to find a way to help me get back on track. Okay, so I want you to start noticing that if you are slipping, okay, it's all right. I've lost track and I've completely stopped as well. All right, so here's the thing. It's not just about New Year's. This happens with me anyway, with all the different goals that I set at the start of most weeks, the start of most months, and I've realized over time there are 2 big reasons that why this happens for me in particular, okay? Because sometimes I make goals that I don't genuinely need. You know, maybe I want to start reading because I see others going, oh, I want to read 100 books in 2025. I want to read 1 book a month. And I went, oh, okay, well, if everybody else is doing that, I might do that as well, okay? So I set goals just because it either sounds good or because it feels like it's something that I should do. You know, like these 5 a.m. as they call it, right? Oh, let's wake up at 5 a.m. You get an additional 1 hour before everybody else wakes up, you know, to work on your habits and to work on your routines. So that is a trendy thing that everybody else is doing. And then, yeah, maybe for some it works really well. But I like my sleep, okay? Or another thing that I might set a goal for myself that's is too big for me is that starting a new fitness challenge just because I see, my favorite planner or my favorite Instagram account doing it, okay? But when there is no need, there's no true need for the change, what happens is the goal may not be aligned with something that you care about at the moment or is not important to you at the moment. So then of course what's going to happen is like me, I find it harder to stick with. And then the second reason why I know I sometimes don't do as well with the habits and goals I've set for myself is I rely too much on motivation. And I have seen this. I can actually picture it. All right, I got new shoes. I got new activewear. I've signed up for a new fitness app, or I've signed up for the gym. Right, I can do this. This is the year I'm going to have my jeans fit me again. Okay, and then I'm just feeling so pumped with the new goals right now. I've got this. You've got this, Marianne. But then motivation is just the same as a sugar rush. It feels great at the beginning, but then it fades. And then, of course, once it's gone, if I don't have systems to help me keep back on track or to pivot or to course correct, then what happens is there is nothing to help me go forward, because then I'm at a loss. It's sort of like if there is no stepping stone in front of you, let's say you're at a pond, right? Analogy time. If you're trying to cross a river from one to the other and then you've got these little stepping stones, it's a lot easier to get to the other side because you're taking little steps. But then suddenly if there's no stepping stones, it's harder for you to get to the other side. You either got to be able to jump real far or real high, or you fall into the water and get your feet wet. Okay, so there's my analogy for today. So we need systems and stepping stones to help us for when we do not have the motivation to get up. It's like, oh, I've got to do this again and again and again each and every day. So let me know if this sounds familiar to you as well. And if it does, I totally get it. You saw, been there, January, second week, fall off the wagon, okay? And I'm still there. I've been planning since 2017, and I know this for myself. But you know what I do? I keep trying. I don't give up. Or I may just put it aside. It may be something that's not as important. So if your health at the moment isn't, at its optimum, you're not going to put strenuous activities on your body. So you might just walk for 5 minutes. Okay, but having a system is really important. So here's the good news. I've learned and learning some really effective ways to avoid falling into this trap. Okay, so let's quickly have a look at what we have in the chat before I keep going. Okay, like I'm making doggy tricks. Like, yes. Listen to Marianne while doing something else. I love that multitasking because I forgot. Don't tell the dog. Oh, yep, we better make treats. I'm not organized either. Driving, yes, so really important. Starkiss says, we meet on Discord channel as meeting in person is mostly impossible. Mobility sucks. This way we get to see each other every day. My dog would have barked at me. I won't tell. I love that. See, very important that we've said finding this community, finding like-minded people to help keep us accountable is so important. Oh, I love how the change on habits was done. So cute and a great idea. Yes. Paper and glue are your friends, people. Let me show you again. So if and when you have habits and goals that, midway through, you want to change your mind, where is the January? Okay, so this is when I thought I was going to stay in a Hobonichi for all of 2024. I think I stayed in it, until I think, what's that, May. I stayed in it till May. So yeah, so I changed my mind, and having a system that you can review and change up is as important. So it doesn't mean when you have a system that you have to stick to it 100%. You are allowed to change your mind. So make sure that you have glue handy, washi tapes handy to add new things or to change up things. Yes, I love that you love that idea. Okay, hello Victoria, nice to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, I wanted to showcase that, because sometimes, I mean, if you'll never see too many accounts that you go, all right, here's my planner page from last week, and it's empty. Okay, because it's like, it's not nice to see even for yourself to go, oh, if I put it out there that I'm a planner, that I'm all supposed to be organized, that I create habits and trackers, and then I don't even fill it in, I feel like a fraud. But then this is where we feel alone, that when we do it ourselves, that we may be the only one because we don't see anybody else. So trust me, I fail on my habits and goals, and I am a planning accountant, but that is why I plan, because I often veer off track. Life gets busy. There's emergencies. I've got anxious mind. I get low sometimes. I get sad. I get frustrated. I get angry. I treat my family with silent treatment. I don't want to do anything. But then when I'm ready, after I've acknowledged my feelings, I go, okay, Marianne, what do you need to do? Okay, what's the first small actionable step that we have in place? And that's where your planner is there. It helps guide you. It's like, come on, let's go. It says here, you're supposed to get outside and go for a walk. And that is what is having a system is for. Okay, so that's what we're going to cover today. How to set goals that actually matter to you. Okay, how to stick with them even when motivation fades, and how to build systems that set you up for success. So let us dive in. Okay, so here's the first tip. Start small. What? That's it. Let's just start small. One of the biggest reasons a lot of us give up on our goals is because we try to do too much all at once. Okay, I don't know about you. I love lists. I think I love lists. I think the reason why a lot of times I make lists is so then I can use my favorite pens, washi tapes and stickers and make, colorful markings on my planner page. But what we tend to do, for those of us that, often fail our New Year's resolutions and goal by mid-January or by February, is we make a long list. Okay, I want to eat healthier. I want to work out every day. I want to read more. I want to journal every night. Okay, then what happens? You're going to feel overwhelmed. Is that you? Is that something you have? This is what I want to do. Got to do this, 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 got to do this. And then when you're tired, which is what a lot of us are, or we don't have a lot of energy, we look at it and we just go, no thanks, I just want to sit on the couch, do nothing, doom scroll, and then feel guilty, and then feel bad, and then eat too much, and then of course, then we feel really quite sad about it all. Okay, so that's what a lot of us do. We put too many goals for ourselves. Beginning of January, these are my New Year's resolution. This is my vision board. This is my word of the year. This is what I want to do. And it just feels too overwhelming. So how's this? What if we focus on only one or maybe two habits at a time? And that's it. That doesn't mean that's the only thing you do. Okay, so we don't give up on everything else. But what we do is that's the main focus, or that's the main priority. So of course, let's say main priority for me is working out. But then if I want to read or I want to journal, I've got that on the side as well if I want to, or when I have the energy, or when I have the capacity. Okay, so focus on just 1 or 2 habits. Okay, so here's why it works by starting small. Because it's easier to manage and you're more likely to stick with it. And by sticking to 1 to 2 habits or 2 goals at a time, and you are hitting those marks, the small wins, what happens? They start to build the momentum. You feel great. Oh my God, I'm ticking or I'm dotting another thing on my planner. Okay, so here's an example. So instead of saying I'm going to work out for an hour every day, ooh, I can't even think of doing 5 minutes. I get so sweaty already and I'm out of breath. An hour, okay? So instead of saying I'm going to work out for an hour every day, start with 10 minutes. Even maybe just start with 5 minutes, okay? So another thing is, if you want to journal in the morning or in the evening before bed, instead of saying I'm going to journal every day, maybe start by writing 1 sentence a day. Start small. The key is to make it so small that it feels like it's easy to do. It's like, because you know what happens though sometimes when I go, oh, let's start small, 5 minutes, I'm going, is that enough? Sometimes the actual outcome, so the reading or the exercising, is not the goal, but it's the starting is the goal. Okay, so 1 sentence of gratitude log, 1 sentence of journaling of how you feel, a win of the day, 5 minutes getting outside and going for a walk, 10 minutes doing your stretches, all right, before you go to lunch, get up from your desk and do your stretches. So by making it so small, it feels so easy to do. And then when you start small, it's easier to stay consistent. And that's what's going to help create the changes that's going to last along the way. Okay, so start small. So whatever habits and goals you have at the moment, have a think about it. Okay, so start small. I want you to write it in the chat. If you're here on live, if you are watching on replay, put in the comment section or write it down in your planner or just somewhere, because remember, by writing it down, it helps you retain the information more. It helps, it's like that stick on the ground, right? The stake on the ground. It's like, yes, okay? So let me know, what's 1 goal you want to improve? Okay, so I'm going to check back in a second. So what's 1 goal you want to improve? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and start small and show you how to start small. Okay, so I have this printable. It's like a brain dumping printable. In the set, I have this little thought bubble. So you want to write your feelings. You might write do some brainstorming. And I also have a section that I call my worry log, because I do worry a lot as a mum of 2 teenage boys, you know, going to young men. My older son, who's nearly 18, so adult status here in Australia in about 6 months' time. I have all these anxious and worrying thoughts. So you can have, so this printable is called the brain dump printable, and you have all these different versions. But just take out a plain page from your book, and this is how you're going to start small. All right, so let's have a look. So my goal is work out. All right, I wasn't even going to say work out more. It's just work out. Okay, that goal is too big. Work out for how long, when, what is it? Okay, so we're going to break it down. So have a think of the goal that you have right now. What is it? And we're going to brainstorm together. Hello, Yvonne. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Leaving for Winnipeg to be with my twin. We will celebrate our birthday too. Happy birthday, Yvonne. That is fantastic. I love it. I love it. Lots of birthdays happening. Laura says after 2020, I'm forgetting a lot of things regularly. Planning and trackers are the only thing that help me keep walking through life. And do you know our brain is actually not supposed to be used as a storage system? It's there to help us be creative and find all the joyful things in life. If we, keep too many things in there, like pick up the dry cleaning, I've got to get the car put into to have it maintained, I've got the insurance coming up, right? It's taking up too much space. So and then that's when the forgetfulness is like as if if you're trying to put lots of things in a bag and you're trying to, how when you pack suitcase, if you go on a holiday and and you're sitting on it because it won't close. It's the same with our memory. So let's not use our mind and our brain to store little things that shouldn't be in there. So that is why, correct, Laura, that's why our planners and our trackers are there to help us walk through life. I love that. So important. Victoria, I guess my main habits I want to incorporate is more self-care, like drinking water and less coffee. And I'll show you how you can do that. And so simple, or create simple reminders, simple habits, simple routines in your day to do this. So I'm so glad you are here today, Victoria. And Lydia says, take all my meds like I'm supposed to. You must have been reading my show notes, because I'm going to even talk about different ways where you can help remind yourself, take your vitamins and your medicines, being an ongoing battle with me. Elle says, want to improve walking daily. I usually walk 7 to 8 miles in bulk weekly, but need to keep a daily lower mile schedule. Say, all right, Laura, you and me, work out, exercise more. Okay, here we go. We're going to do it. Starkey says, my goal habits are about continuing the AM planning meetup and recovering for surgery. Things like make it to craft, computer room, and self-care, both mobility struggle related. And also be sure to give yourself grace and compassion that your body is supposed to slow down and rest when it's recovering. Sometimes we think we want to be superheroes and superhumans, but actually sometimes our body helps slow us down to go, hey, I'm not ready yet. Can we just slow down so I can recover? It's like as if, when you take the Band-Aid before the wound heals, right? So as much as we go, oh, it's ready for me to take the Band-Aid off, so I'll take it off. And then what happens? It's not healed yet, and all this stuff happens, and then it takes longer to heal. So at the same time, give yourself compassion, give yourself grace for the body to catch up. And because sometimes we think that, by slowing down or not doing all the other things we're supposed to do, it's gonna make us further behind. But when in actual fact, when you are closer to 100% better or have recovered, you are able to do more. So give yourself some compassion as well. Bye everyone, have fun and happy birthday, Yvonne. Okay, all right, so the brain dump page, I wondered what it was when I saw it in the store and how to use them. Okay, get it now. Yeah, look, it's just a good way. Of course, you don't have to have it to be able to brain dump, but for me, the way my brain works, it has to be sort of like methodical, and it has to have space. Okay, so here is how I would start small when it's working out. All right, workout. When do I want to do it? Well, I know it'll be silly of me to say, work out every day. All right, so that's not going to happen. So let's say 3 to 5 times per week. Okay, so we're breaking it down, we're making it small, 3 to 5 times per week. And the great thing is, with any goals and habits that you want to give yourself, give a range. So what's the minimum and what's the maximum that you would want. So when your energy level is not high, so I'll keep going. So here's another one. All right, so 10 to 15 minutes of walking on my walking pad. Okay, so you can make this really pretty as well. Use your different markers, use your different highlighters. So I have this here. This is the Pilot Friction Clicker Erasable Gel Pen. So, you know, if you are using this on a pretty journal and you don't want to make any mistake, the erasable pen actually allows you to erase and then rewrite. Okay, so the reason why you want to give yourself a range, okay, is when the energy level is not, let's say if it's a scale of 1 to 5, if your energy level today is a 4, you're going to want to do more, okay, maybe 15 minutes. But then the next day, you know, you're feeling a little bit tired, you didn't get enough sleep, oh, I don't want to do it, right? And then you go, oh, 15 minutes is going to be too much. Then you can say, okay, let's just do 10, or you can even just do, let's do 5 minutes. That way, if you don't want to do 15 minutes, even if you make that small, remember, starting small action is still a win. So give yourself a range, 3 to 5 times per week, because what I used to do is, okay, if I put I'm going to work out 5 times, but then I'll work out 4 times that week, I know silly, I somehow will go, oh, I didn't reach 5. So I then, of course, we get hard on ourselves. I don't know why. It's like, hello, if that was an 80% out of 100 test, that is brilliant, right? But somehow our brain equates it to, oh, you didn't get to the 5 times that you said you're going to do. So give yourself a range, 3 to 5 times per week, or 2 to 4, read 2 to 4 times, you know, per week, or read 5 pages, read 1 chapter, read 1 to 3 chapters. Okay, by breaking it down and giving yourself a range, it is a lot easier for you to reach either 3 times or 5 times, reach 5 minutes or 15 minutes. The other thing is that you need to do is, when are you going to do it? Okay, so I'm going to do it in the morning. For me, I have more energy in the morning. Okay, when in the morning? I'm going to do it after I read my book. See how it's like a little funnel. Okay, it's like you are going down. It's like workout. Workout when? 3 to 5 times per week, 5 to 15 minutes. When? Morning, after breakfast. Okay, so see how the big workout, the big goal, which is so hard to achieve because we haven't broken it down into small, easy, actionable steps. It starts easier because what happens? Oh, I finished breakfast, or let's say before breakfast, you know, okay, let's say before, because then of course it gets a little bit heavy, right? Before breakfast, it's like, okay, oh, I'm going to be having breakfast soon, but I said I wanted to walk for 5 to 15 minutes, you know, 3 to 5 times per week. Oh, it's Wednesday. I've walked 2 times this week already. Yes, let's see if we can get to that 3rd time for the week. Breaking it down into small, actionable steps, brain dumping it, write it down on a piece of paper first, because then it's like you helping yourself maneuver how to get to that small step. All right, so for me, the walking on my walking pad is after reading my book for 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, okay? And so 3 to 5 times. So for me, I know on Monday, I have a lot, because the beginning of the week, I have a lot. Monday, Tuesday, I sort of like, it's like my little rest, so maybe Wednesday, okay? How am I on Thursday? Thursday, I think I'm going to do it Friday, sometimes I just want to rest. I don't want to do anything. And then maybe Sunday. Okay, so there we go. So I have now broken my want to exercise more, I want to work out more 3 to 5 times per week by walking 5 to 15 minutes on my walking pad in the morning after reading my book. I want to do it on a Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. So then that way, that reach that goal. Broke it down into small, actionable steps. Okay, so let's have a look. Yeah. Yes, Lydia says slow down. Slow down, Victoria. Very important. Starkist. Okay. All right. How do you fight procrastination? Procrastination, actually. So what I might do is I covered that in my online course that I did last year. But procrastination stems from very briefly stems from 3 things. We're fearful, fearful of something, we don't know what we're supposed to do, or it's just easier not to do anything. So you got to figure out, why aren't I doing this? Am I fearful that I may do something wrong, that I may get judged at work, that that somehow I won't be good enough about it? Or am I procrastinating because I don't know the steps that I'm supposed to do? So, or it's easier to sit on the couch, because it's all about the law of inertia. By not moving and not doing anything is a lot easier than doing something. That's why starting small, just starting with 2 minutes, 5 minutes, is because when you get the momentum going and you get up from your desk, you get up from your couch, it'll help you get better at it. So are you fearful of something? Is it because you don't know the steps you need to do, or the step is too big, right? The goal is too big, so you need to break it down into the first thing? Or is it just easier to sit on the couch and do nothing? Okay, so that's Lydia, that's how you just have a think. Why are you not doing what you're supposed to do? It's because if I do it, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Or if I do this, I might get judged. People might laugh at me. Maybe I'll get found out that I'm, not good enough, the imposter syndrome. So have a think. It's like the what, why, when, and how. Exactly. Breaking it down. Hello, Mary Ellie. Nice to see you. I'm so glad you are here indeed. I love it. Mary Ellie says, I've been dealing with procrastination for years. Now, after so many years, I'm dealing with it. Yeah, because a lot of it is just go. Why aren't I doing it? Just ask yourself, am I scared of something? Is it because I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, or I haven't broken it down into actionable thing? Or is it because I just don't want to do it, because it's just so much easier to do nothing than do something? And the thing is, like, for example, this is just a simple thing with procrastination. Let's just say you're supposed to get your car checked for its, we don't own a car because we just live in the city and we just catch public transport. So, if you're supposed to get your car maintained, every 6 months, right? And it's like, got to get the car brought into the mechanic to get checked. And it's like, and you move it, I'll go do that on Monday. You move it to the next day, and then you move it to the next week, and you still haven't had the car checked. The first thing is to break it down into small steps. Find the phone number of the mechanic. That's it. Just find the phone number. Okay? Once you found the phone number, call and find out what day, you can bring it in. Or find out from your boss, what day you can take off in the morning to have whatever it is, right? Break it down into small, actionable steps. Pain-related ideas for processing. Pain-related. Starkist, just is that question for me? Let me know if that question is for me. And then, so really important. Okay, so let's quickly have a look. So that is breaking it down. Okay, so a lot of you like me want to do working out is one of your goal, continuing to do meetups with people. I love it. Walking, taking your meds, writing down, making sure you're using your planner. So I love that. Thank you so much for answering that question of was one goal you want to improve this. And we don't even have to say this year. Not this year. You want to improve this month. That's it. Want to improve this week. Okay, because we want to start small by giving ourselves such a big, overwhelming task, big, overwhelming goal actually keeps us stuck and keeps us making us procrastinate, because it's just too big a goal to carry. If you had to go, if you're another analogy, if you're you're getting your garden renovated, or and you've got all these bricks and pavements on the front yard, and you got to bring it to the backyard, you're going to carry those pavement brick by brick, or one small brick at a time, right? You're not going to go and haul it all in one big go. Okay, you can't do that. You're going to wreck your back. You can't do it. You're not strong enough to carry all those bricks and all those pavement. So you carry what you can, walk over to the backyard, lay it down. Done. Tick. Momentum. Small actionable steps help build momentum. Procrastination because of pain. Sorry, voice text went wrong. So same thing again, is a lot of times is with these things, give yourself a lot of grace. Now when it comes to pain and any chronic pain issues, of course make sure you see your health professional and find out how much you can do. It's really important, because you know what, your body and your mind might be saying, hey, you can't do this because we're not ready yet. The band-aid is not ready yet to take over. So what is it that you can do that is manageable? And don't give yourself like, I have to do this much. Maybe you can only do this much, this tiny much, and that is still a win. Remember, small victories are still victories. All right, so start small, break it down into small, actionable, easy steps. Okay, so my example here is working out. So instead of just saying I want to exercise more, I want to walk more. For how long? For this many times. How many times a week? 2 to 3 times, 4 to 5 times. When in the morning, before breakfast, after breakfast, at 10 a.m., at 11 a.m., what days of the week that is ideal. This is important. That is ideal. So just because I don't do it on a Monday doesn't mean I've failed. It's just like, because I remember 3 to 5 times per week. I still have plenty of time. So this is an ideal steps to take. So then that way it helps guide you, because what happens when you don't have the energy, when you don't feel like it, when the motivation is there, you won't want to do it. However, if you have the steps, the tiny little stepping stones, right, that'll get you there, is really, really important. All right, so small actionable steps. Done. Next, time block. Who here uses time blocking? Put me, yes, no, time blocking, and I will show you. So time blocking really is, if you don't schedule it, if you just say work out today, and this is where I know I have failed my habits and routines, is by not putting it in my planner. All right, so if you don't schedule time for your habits, let's say your meds, your vitamins, when you're going to be drinking more water, if you're not scheduling it, how are you going to know when to do it? Okay, so if you don't schedule time for your habits, life is going to get in the way. Everything else that wants to just push, be noisy in your day-to-day life is going to get in the way. So how many times have you told yourself, I'll do it later, I'll do it in the morning, I'll do it in the evening, only for that later never to come. And that's why time blocking is so powerful. So I was thinking, all right, so really important. Okay, so time blocking simply means dedicating a specific time in your day to your habit. When it's on your schedule, it's going to be harder to ignore and you're more likely to follow it. What happens when you're supposed to call someone, like let's say your work, and it says there, call John at 3:30? What do? You call John at 3:30. Why? Because you put it on your planner. You put it in your time. You time blocked for it. You put it in your schedule. Why did you do that? Because I have to. I have to call John for work, for this, to follow up on a report, to ask about this. We're supposed to do this. But why? Because it's important. You need to put the importance on the things for you, the things that you said matter to you. So if it's not on your schedule, all it's saying is, it's okay if we don't get to do this because I haven't set time for it. Make it matter as much as that meeting. Make it matter as much as that replying to that email. We put so much importance on other people's agenda, what matters to a lot of other people, yet we don't put the same importance on us. So we need to write it down. We need to say, hey, it says here I'm supposed to go and take my vitamins, my medicines, drink more water, because it said there, I made time for it. Drink water, drink water, drink water. Walk for 5 minutes, get outside, work out in the gym and lift up 5-kilogram dumbbell for 10 reps. By putting it in our schedule, we're making it an important part of our life, just as we do by calling John at 3:30 p.m. in the afternoon to follow up on a report, to follow up on whatever the work task is. Make it as important as those things that we schedule in our planner, in our diary, on our schedule. Okay? So really important. Starkist, no time blocking here. I'm time blind. Lydia says, yep. Hi Yvonne. Elle says, Yvonne, really important. Now, this doesn't mean you got to time block everything in your day, because for a lot of things, for me, the things that I do now habitually, as in I don't have to think much of it, I don't time block it anymore. But I know when I am not well. I know when I get anxious thoughts. I know when I get low. I know when I don't have the energy. I need to have that reminder, because you know why? Because I can't remind myself, or I talk myself out of it, or I'll say, Marianne, just stay on the couch and keep eating those chip bags of Doritos. But then if I go the next day and go, oh, I don't, my jeans don't fit, or I don't like what I see in the mirror, and I keep saying this to myself, maybe I'll just have to go, you know what, Marianne, it doesn't seem like working out is a top priority for you at the moment. Give yourself some grace. Start next month. Okay, you have lots of things on your plate at the moment. You've got to do this, you've got this at work, you've got this with the kids, you've got birthdays, you've got family festivities. Let's start in February. Remember that little piece of paper on my habit tracker? You can change your mind. Just ask yourself though, does this matter to me right now? Is this of a high priority? Is this important enough for me to make time for it? So a lot of times I may not do the time block, like the actual, time blocking at 8:30. I'll have it on the list though, 8:30, okay? So on my planner, I'll put on my phone, reminder 8:30, hey, says here, go for a walk outside or get outside. So let's do an example, okay? So if I wanted to start working out, so I use the the daily planner that I use for myself is the 2-page daily. Let me zoom out a bit. So as the name suggests, it has 2 pages. But for this example, I'm going to look at the daily 1 page. So let me just show you. So the 2-page daily is here. So I'll put on there, you know, the time. So let's see, where's the time? Here, my son working 9 to 5:45. 5 o'clock, YouTube live stream. I know I go on Monday at 5 o'clock on YouTube live stream, but I put it there because I set the time for it. So then that way I don't do anything else, right? So if you want to go and read more, or let's say work out more, okay? So the example that we have is I want to start working out. So I'm going to time block maybe 7:30 to 7:45. So here, let me see if I can zoom in a bit. All right, okay, so I'm going to time block 7:30 a.m. okay, 10-minute walk. All right, so there, 7:30 a.m. Or another one is, let's say, 7:30 p.m. Read 3 pages of the book, whatever book you have, if you want to read more. Okay, so I think Ella said walk more outside. Maybe you want to do that. There's normally like that 3:30 slump that people get in the afternoon, 3:30 p.m. Get outside. See, sometimes you don't even have to go and say, you know, go for a walk for 10-15 minutes. The getting outside, because we are starting small. We are starting simple, making it easier for ourselves. I used to go to the gym and do a 45-minute workout. Guess what? When I don't have the energy and I look at it and go, I don't want to do that, I procrastinate. Because I don't want to do it, because it's easier. We talked about, you know, it's easier not to do anything than to do something. But then if I go to the gym and just do 5 minutes on the treadmill, I go, well, okay, that's easy enough to do. And you're more likely to do it. Okay, I'm here, might as well do it for 10 minutes. Okay, starting small helps you build that momentum. All right, so another example, so the journaling, you know, put 7:30 p.m. there and put 10 minutes aside before you go to bed. You can do that. So the important thing is to treat this, like we said, like any other appointment with yourself. All right, so replace call John at 3:30 p.m. Put, you know, get outside at 3:30 p.m. for a walk. Go and read a book for 5 minutes. 3 pages, 5 pages. Go out okay, so maybe you'll have here, okay, so maybe let's say that's lunch, okay, and you can put here, drink 1 glass of water, okay. By setting it down and putting it in your planner, and you might have to do it 3 times. So if you are feeling like, hey, 1 reminder is not enough in my habit tracker, okay, so if this habit tracker, so I don't look at my habit tracker throughout the whole day, so if this is not enough, guess what I need to do? I need to also time block it and put it in my planner. Or if, you know, Marianne, I don't have enough space for my planner, because I only use a personal size, grab yourself your post-it note. Drink water. Drink water. Okay? Pop it on your computer. Boop, right? Pop it on your screen. If you say to yourself, this is important to me, I need to do this because it matters to me. Set time for it. Break it down into small actionable steps. Set a time in your planner. Make it as important as any other appointment that you have. Okay, so just pick one time block to dedicate to a habit you really want to focus on. Okay, and then once that feels like a natural part of your day, you can add more. So let's say, you know, in the morning, drink water. Drink water. drink water, drink water, drink water. Or maybe, don't drink water, what is it, after 7 p.m. so you don't go to the bathroom having to wake up. Drink water, drink water, drink water, drink water. You've just time blocked for you drinking more water. Done. Or, when you have to go up to go to the bathroom, on your way back, drink water. Okay, so time blocking is really, really important. Start small, pick one time to dedicate for it and just do that. And if you have to write it each and every day, you got to write it each and every day until you get to it becomes repetitive enough that it's now part of your day to day. So for me, I know morning I found is the best time to do a lot of my actions because there's less distractions for me. I have the most energy. But if you're not a morning person and you don't want to do your workout, maybe 3 o'clock you go, you know what, that's a great break in my day. I'm going to do the working out or the walking in the afternoon. Or you know what, I've got that free time after dinner where I'm just scrolling on my phone, just doom scrolling, just watching TikTok, watching Instagram Reels, watching YouTube. I can fit in there to go and read 5 pages of my book. Okay, find a time that works for you. The key is going to be consistency, not perfection. Doesn't mean you've seen, for those of you who follow me on Instagram, you see here, I always put watch TV with Edward, with my husband, right? Because that's our little time. We sit on the couch together. We laugh at the shows that we both love watching. Did I do it on Saturday? No. Okay. Watch Squid Game with my husband. Yes, I think I did that, right? I said on Wednesday, watch Squid Game. We didn't do that. We're both too tired. Right, time with Edward, watch Squid Game. I keep putting it on my timer because spending time with my husband is because I'm always at my desk. I'm always trying to do my content creation and he's on the couch watching his YouTube or his TV show. So it's important to me to spend quality time with my husband, and that's us watching TV. Do I do it every day? No, I put it on the planner, it doesn't get done. I put it in the planner, doesn't get done. Okay, I haven't spent time with him. Better go and make time. Okay, so the key is consistency, not perfection. So let me know in the chat, or if you're watching on replay, are you a morning person or a later in the day person? So that is a great indication of when you should go and time block the goal or the habit that you want to improve in January, in February. So put in morning person or later in the day. Let me know in the chat right now, or if you're watching on replay, morning or later in the day person. All right, so this is my daily 1-page printable download. I've got the 2-page. So I know for me, sometimes filling in 1 page, I leave a lot of blank pages. So I created the 2-page that way. It has enough space for me to have my time block, to have my priority of the day, to have my task, and then still be able to play with my stickers, create pretty texts, and add my washi tapes and colorful markers. So this is the daily 2 per page daily printable. So you can get my printable download at my shop at marianecresp.com. There's the QR code, and I think, let me see if I can pop it in the comment section as well. So there's the my printable download. You can just grab that in from the link, or do check the links in the description as well. So I've got all the different, my Amazon US storefront. Okay, so we have Lydia, later in the day person. So if you are later in the day and that's when you have more energy, don't put any of your goals and habits on the time that you're not as productive, or you don't have the capacity, or you don't have the energy. I love that. See, we get to determine what type of person we are. If you're a morning person, Laura says I'm a morning person. So if you want to read more, you want to exercise more, pop in, go and do 10 star jumps, go and do 10 squats, do 5 squats, just starting small. And then sometimes in our head we think that working out has to be that half an hour, that 1 hour. But if we can do, if we do 10 squats each and every day, or even 5 squats each and every day, and we're starting to build momentum, and we put that in our planner and we track it, we go, hey, that's not bad. Maybe next week I'll do 6 squats. Maybe I'll do 5 biceps, get myself, the 1 kilogram, the 2 kilogram, or 3 kilogram, or whatever that is in pounds, dumbbells, and just do 5 reps. And that's it. That's all I'm going to do, because the goal is to just start small, to build consistency. Elle says mid-morning person. Excellent. So then, of course, if you know that you're a mid-morning person, do the habits and routines that you want to improve during that time, because when you have the most energy, try and fit in as much as you can in that, and that requires more discipline. So anything else that maybe, like checking the emails, don't use up the time of the day that you have the most energy on menial things, that you can do without even thinking, checking emails, So time block it for those times that you have the most energy and where you need to do more of the habits that you want to improve. I love that. I love that. All right. So what's the next tip to ensure that we are reviving those habits and goals that we have set for ourselves at the beginning of the year that we may have fallen off the wagon? Is we're going to use visual triggers. Okay. So visual triggers, that's why I pop that back in there. Sometimes the easiest way to stick to a habit and to set ourselves up for success is to have visual reminders, okay? Because we take in more information with our vision, with our views. So what visual reminders can you give yourself to help you give those cues? What is it in your environment right now that will help remind you? It could be your Post-it note, this can be your planner, this can be your habit tracker, this could be your vision board. So what is it that you can set for yourself as a visual cue that you can see? If your visual cue is in a closed planner on the shelf, it's not giving you much of a cue, is it? So let's have a think. Want to drink more water? Have a water nearby, next to your desk. Fill up a water bottle. Let me see if I can do this. I don't know if this is on. Is my webcam on? Let me see. Let me just see if I can. Webcam. Is this? No, not there. Okay, so let me see if I can show you. Well, anyway, this, my water bottle, and I think here in Australia, our Kmart, I think is different to the US Kmart. So I've got one that has the little reminder, drink up, nope, not enough water. Okay, so I fill that up. I think this is 4 glasses, or no, 4 glasses of water. So I fill this up twice a day. I have a little cup holder from IKEA that you clamp on to your desk. So that's right at the end of my desk. I have that right there. And then also, here's the thing, is what I've found is the type of water bottle. So if there is a water bottle that you have to unscrew, I am actually less likely to drink more water if I have to take the lid off. So either one of these little spouts, or if it's one that has a straw, so then when you pick it up it's easier. Another water bottle that didn't work for me are those big ones, because they're so they're so heavy, and then the opening of it is so wide, so then you're like, they're heavy at the same time, and then the opening is wide, and then I just spill water all over myself. So very important that the type of things that help you remind to drink water is is important. So have a visual reminder. I'm just trying to see where I'm at here. Have a visual reminder of that things that will help you cue yourself. So, right, so drink more water, keep a water bottle on your desk or by your bed. If you want to work out more, set your gym clothes out the night before where you can see them, so it's the first thing you put on in the morning, or have it ready. Or if you want to journal, keep your diary, journal or notebook and a pen by your bedside. Or if you want to, here we go, if you want to take your vitamins more, how about put them right next to your coffee machine? So whatever it is in the morning that you do regularly, if you make tea, you make coffee, if you make your toast bread, right? Have your vitamins or your meds close by, so when you are making your coffee in the morning, it's easier to remember. So have those visual clues. So of course, if your vitamins or meds are in those pill cases that's in your bag, you're going to forget to do them. Pop in, have the visual cues. And remember, visual cues can also be your habit tracker, your post-it note, a little note on your computer that says, do this, do that. Because our brain is not supposed to be used for remembering these things. So we need to give ourselves visual cues to help us remember. Visual triggers work because they make your habits harder to forget. So when you see the reminder, it's like a, hey, you said you needed to take your vitamins. You said you wanted to drink more water. You said you wanted to go and work out more. So it's that little nudge to do the things you have said to yourself is important to you, that matters to you, that you are committed to. So here's my example. For my, it's over there. For working out, I actually have my sneakers, right? So all my running shoes next to my desk, or it's just by my other desk there. I've got two desks. It's next to my desk. There are already a pair of socks in them. So then when I need to go for my walk on my walking pad, it's right there. I don't have to go into my bedroom, take it out of the box, go look for a pair of socks, right? It's always there. So after I remove them, take the socks off, pop it in the laundry, get a new pair of socks, have it in there. So then when I know on my habit tracker that I need to go and look for, where is it? Habit tracker, when it says walking pad, okay, it's ready to go. So really important to give yourself those visual clues. And for me, my sneakers next to my desk, visible, gives me that visual reminder. So the key here is to design your environment in a way that's going to help support your goals. Water bottle next to you, vitamins visible, and all your things that you need to take for your medication, have it visible. If you can't make them visible, have something that's visible, maybe a picture, right? A picture of the thing you need to do. That's why vision boards are really important, because then it helps remind you, because what do they say? A picture's worth 1,000 words. So it's those things. So think about the habit you're trying to build and ask yourself, what can I put in my environment to help remind me to take the action? So let me know, what sort of things can you think of that goal right now that you said you want to improve. What thing, visual cue, visual trigger that you can think of from the top of your head, and type it in. I want you to type it in because that helps retain the information, and then also write it down in your planner. So have a think. Where did my, okay, I lost my screen there for a second. Okay, so let's have a look. Lydia says, I have my meds and my planner by me to remind me to either take or look at. Exactly, right? Maybe move the meds to coffee or in coffee cups so it's in the way. Oh, I love that. Yeah, so it's like already the night before, your favorite mug, your favorite coffee. Pop, let's say this is your meds, pop it in the favorite cup ready to go. So then when you wake up in the morning, and same thing with drinking water. I know one of the things, the goals or improve was drink water, is have, while you're making coffee, while you're waiting for the kettle to boil, for the coffee to brew, is grab yourself a glass of water and just drink that while you're waiting. Here's a funny little tidbit. I know 20 gulps for me, so that's like, right? 20 gulps is 1 glass of water. So while I'm waiting for my coffee to brew, I've got the Nespresso machine. So I'm like going 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Tiny little gulps, right? I know that is 1 glass of water. What is it? Or 6 to 8 ounce of water. Okay, so that's my little game with myself. So I've gamified even my drinking water. So that's something really quite funny for me, because I'm like, they go in my head, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So really, really important. So Mum is OCD, so can't do that. All right. So yeah, so you have to think of different ways to make sure that, what visual cue can I give myself to make sure that I am reminding myself to say, hey, this is important to you. Now, if you are liking this video or this live stream so far, make sure to please hit that like. There's a few of you in here still, and I see the likes, the 6, so give that thumbs up a hit right now to let me know that you are getting value from today's live stream and today's video. So this is a mini workshop, so if you don't you have to jump off, make sure to come back again. So I'll pop it in the description, timestamps as well, so then if you go, oh, what was that tip again, let's go back. So I'll make sure to add. So I'm going to put in my planner right now, okay, to add, where are we? Today is already Monday, so I'll pop in here. Let's have a look. Okay, add time stamps to YouTube live stream. Okay, because you know what's going to happen? I'm going to forget. I'm going to forget to do that, and then I'm going to go 2 days later. I went, oh, I said I was going to go and put timestamps. So really, really important. So yes, I would appreciate that like. And of course, if you do have planner friends that would also get value from this little workshop, make sure to share it amongst our planner friends. Okay, tip number 4. As we, lucky we have it in our already in our habit tracker. Track your progress. So tracking your progress is one of the best ways to stay consistent with your habits. Remember, consistency, that doesn't mean 100%, because you'll see I'm not consistent with a lot of things, and I know, right, it's not working. What else do I need to do? What's missing? Oh, that's right, I don't have my visual cues. Oh, that's right, I didn't create small, easy, actionable steps. Or I have put, workout at part of the day that I have no more energy, so I may need to move it up again. Or, I can't do it on my own. I may have to think of a different way and have accountability partners to help me work out, right? So if things aren't working out, and this is where your habit tracker is going to help, because again, it's one of those visual cues that help remind you to either action them, to see your progress, or as a reminder that, okay, that's not working. let's change things up or figure out why it is that we're not working or why it is that we're procrastinating, because we're fearful of, taking action because we are scared, we don't know enough, we don't know how to do it, or we're going to get judged, or we haven't broken it down into small actionable steps, so then it's a lot easier, or I'm just lazy or Marianne, or maybe it's not of a high priority at the moment. Okay, so you can go and abandon those habits and goals until it is ready, because you may have taken on too much, a lot more than you can chew all in one go for this season in your life. Okay, so if there are things that are important to you that you're dropping the ball on, what is it that's on your to-do list at the moment that is not of a higher priority, that you may have to, I may have to give that up for a little bit until I work better at this other habit that is really important, that matter most to me. Okay, so with a tracker or tracking your progress, when you see your progress visually like this, or those, you can color in those fun visual trackers, it helps keep you motivated and it gives you a sense of accomplishment. So like I said, this habit tracker is one of my favorite ways of tracking how I'm going with the habits and routines that I've said that I want to do, because you write down the habit you're working on. So for me, these aren't all the habits I'm working on. These are the things, a lot of these are the habits that I already do habitually, that I stack on the new habits. So then that way it's like the stepping stone. So it doesn't mean, it's for those of you that are new to habit tracking, you might go, oh my God, that is so much. No, you can start with just one line. Make coffee, drink water, take my meds. And that could be, right? So if you have a habit tracker like this and you think that, oh my God, I have to fill this in. No, just do 3 lines. Use 2 lines of it until you get better at staying consistent. All right, so also checking it off or coloring it in each day, or using dot markers like I do. So this is the Zig Clean color dot marker in different colors. So a lot of people ask, what's the colors? It's just the rainbow colors. So red, or the pink, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So just to make it colorful for myself. Okay, so using your favorite markers to mark off the habits you completed is a great way for you to see your progress. So it's simple, but seeing those check marks or those colors on your tracker, whether it's a habit tracker or those colorful stepping stone trackers, debt-free charts. So Heidi Nash of Debt Free Charts has lots of free trackers you can color in, so go check her out. I have had Heidi on my YouTube channel I've interviewed, so make sure to pop that interview in the description as well. So make it colorful, make it fun way to track how well you're doing your the goals, how well you're being consistent and checking it off. And what it does is it helps create a streak that you don't want to break. So it's really, really a great way for you to see visually how well you're going. So like I said, if your goal is to drink more water, track how many glasses you drink each day. I normally in my daily here, I don't do it on here because I know now I sort of drink 6 to 8 glasses of water, because halfway through I'll fill this in, and then if halfway through I've drank that, I know that I've drank 6 glasses of water. So but you can have a tracker, habit water tracker, or you can just tally it, so you can put water and you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I've had 5 glasses of water, 6. So then that's a great way for you to track how many glasses of water you've drank each day. If you're trying to exercise, mark off the days you complete. So for me, I have a movement tracker. So where is that? Where is my movement tracker? So I marked down, where is it? Where is my movement tracker? I do not know because I haven't created myself a little. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Is it here? Oh, it's because I moved it. It's because I moved it. Here we go. There we go. There's my movement challenge. So every time I go on my walking pad, so I've purchased myself a walking pad for one under the desk, so I can at least get 10 minutes of, you know, brisk walking because I sit at my desk a lot of the time. So now what I do is like a movement challenge. So every time I go on the walking pad, I get to color in a little shoe. So these ones I color in with these are the Pentel brush pens that have the cute tiny little brush tip, and then I color in each and every one. I put the date on there, and here's the thing. Here's what the tracker has helped me remind myself of how well I am doing. Okay, so in December, so like in January, I'm thinking, oh, I haven't been working out, or I haven't been doing my walk on my walking pad. So what it is in December, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days out of 31. So I walked on my walking pad. I like statistics. I like stats. So 12 divided 31. I walked, let's say, 39% of the time on my walking pad in December. Okay, so this is what tracking, having a visual tracker helps you remind you of your wins. Here I am 12 or 13 days into January thinking I haven't been doing enough. However, in January so far I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So 6 out of 13 days, so 13 days of January, 6 out of the 13, I have actually walked 46% of the time. So I'm winning, because I have walked more in the same amount of, you know, in the same duration or percent portion wise, right? 46% out of January I have walked on my walking pad. So I'm doing well. So I have to be kind to myself and make sure that the tracking my progress help motivate me and go, you are doing well, and you know, celebrating those wins. So now for those of you who are new to habit tracking, you go, Marianne, that is just way too much for me to try and get going. It's just, I can't do that. I don't have the capacity at the moment to have a habit tracker like that. Even when you say, Marianne, to just write 1 or 2, it's going to remind me that, hey, right? So guess what? I have a free habit tracker you can grab. So if you are already a subscriber to my weekly email newsletter, you have access to this. If you don't, or you can't find it, let me know. Email me at marianecresp.com and go, Marianne, I can't seem to locate my how to get access to your free printable download. So with this free habit tracker, I even help you try and list out and have a think of your goals and habits that you want to improve. So I have prompts for you. What's the habit you want to start, continue, or end? Okay, why do you want to achieve this habit? Right. List the habits you're already doing throughout the day that you can stack. Right, it's called habit stacking your new habit too. So for me, I want to go on my walking pad more. So I do my reading of my book for 10 minutes. Need to go on my walking pads, and then I need to have my shower or do my morning skincare. Okay, so implementation. So what's the habit that I want to start? When I finish reading my book, I will walk for 10 minutes in the morning on my walking pad to keep healthy and moving. right? So you have your when, where, and why. So really important. And then it tracks the habit for the next 3 weeks. So there's my walking on my walking pad, doing great. First week of January. Second week, only 2 times. It's okay, because we're going to pick it up again, and we're going to use our habit tracker and our visual reminders to help us get going. So this habit tracker, my habit tracker, is a free printable download that you can have, that will get emailed to you when you sign up to my weekly email newsletter. There's the QR code there, so grab that, or the link is in the description. Make sure to sign up to my weekly newsletter, and you can get so this, I need to update this little thing, but you can get there's a January monthly cover in there. There's the 35 daily positive affirmations to help you get those positive affirmations for yourself. There's a free notes doodle post-it note running, so it's in there. And all you got to do is sign up to my free email newsletter, and there is the QR code. While you, and I said it's in the description as well, and while you are in the description, there is a button just underneath this video right now. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet subscribed, and make sure to hit that bell, so then you get notified of when I am on, when I upload new videos, when I have my community posts, so then you are aware. So it's really, really important. Lydia says she has subscribed. I love it. I love rainbow colors. Yeah, me too. And I don't have to think too much of color coordinating, Lydia, because then I just go Roy GB, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. And mine is stay in wheelchair, so I'm not in bed all the time, and it helps me to be active at home. And also remember, while we are sitting down, or we are not as mobile like me, I'm at my desk all of the time, is we can do our movement. Doesn't have to be the star jumps, the burpees, the running in the spots. We can actually do some exercises that's within your capacity. So make sure also to check with your health professional what it is you can do. But for those of us that can just sit at our desk, you know, little bit of a twist, little bit of twist, roll your neck one way, roll the neck another. These are also movement, right? I'm 50, but in my thinking still, that workout is still the aerobics, you know, those cardio, those hits, high intensity in high interval, in whatever the hit stands for, right? That we have to be like sweating. But movement can also be the slow movements. If you write all the time, or you're typing all the time, you know, turning your wrists. So it's really important that we put in habits and routines that's within our capacity, right? We know our limitations, we know how much we can push ourselves, and we also have to know that sometimes staying still is as important as adding movement, because it helps your body recuperate. So you know, for you, Lydia, yeah, so maybe just, you know, getting up and just going, and even moving and changing your environment. So if you know you're in a room all the time, maybe, you know, in the morning I'm going to do my planning or my journaling in another room, because changing up your environment also creates that momentum. And especially if instead of staying in bed, you know, you get to go and move yourself into a different area. So I love that. Being active at home also just means doing those tiny little bit of movement. So really important. And the other thing is, when you do have a tracker, so where's that tracker of mine? Right? So when you have a visual tracker as well, where is all my stuff? where's all the pages I have? When you have a visual tracker like this, or the ones you color in, it can help you spot patterns. So if you notice you're skipping certain days, you can adjust and find out why. So for me, I know Tuesdays, because I come from a big high of Monday, well, Sunday I prep for this Monday live. I get all my show, all the text that you see on screen and all the different scenes I have for this live stream. I prep for that, days before, and then Sunday, the day before, I'll go through my notes to make sure it has a nice flow, and then I go to bed early because I wake up at 4 in the morning, so then I can get ready, so I'm ready for my 5 o'clock, because a lot of my audience is in the northern hemisphere on a totally different time zone, so I want to make sure I capture a lot of you as well, right? So I come from the high of the Monday, and then after the live stream I do my morning routine, and then I go and watch the live stream and take notes of what I need to add to my description, and then if I need to go and repurpose the video, and then by afternoon I'm like, whew, I'm spent. So then Tuesday, I know I take Tuesday as my little recuperating, my re-energized day, so I don't put too much stuff on my plate on a Tuesday, because I know what happens in the past, and what my habit tracker has told me is that Tuesday I don't do all the stuff that I say that I allocate for myself in my daily planner. So you know what I do? I don't put too much on my Tuesdays. And why? Because my habit tracker has told me in the past, Tuesdays I don't do all the stuff that I say. So guess what? To stop myself from setting myself up for failure is I don't do anything on Tuesday. I have Tuesday as my day off. If I do anything else, that's because I want to rather than I have to. So tracking your habits and seeing your progress with a habit tracker will allow you to see patterns. And like I said, if you notice you're skipping days, adjust and find out why. So tweak. Change things up, or maybe all you got to do is simplify things and not put too much pressure on yourself. And the best part is you don't need to do anything fancy. Like I said, go and grab my free printable. You don't have to go and create your own. It's there. Go and get it from my by signing up to the free email newsletter. All right, how are we going? Are we still good? Give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying today's live stream or workshop. Really important to know that this is something that helps resonate with you. The other tip to make sure that you stay on top of your habit is celebrate the wins. Sticking to your habits isn't just actually about all the hard work and doing the reps and taking the action. It's also about celebrating your progress, no matter how small. It's important that you start to recognize your wins, just like I did. Right, so when I had a look at my movement tracker, here I am thinking that I wasn't doing as well that I have, because in my head it feels like I haven't been on my walking pad, so it feels like I've failed. But in actual fact, I'm doing all right. I'm of the 13 days so far in January, nearly 50% of the time I have been going on my walking pad. Now for others, someone might go 50%, that's not very good, Marianne. But for me it is, because January is a busy season. It's my birthday. It's trying to get ourselves ready for the new school year here in Australia. Our new start of a new school is February, so I have to get that organized. We homeschool our younger son. My older son is in the final year of his high school, so I know for me it's a busy season. So 50% might not be good enough for others, because it's like only halfway. But for me, with whatever's on my plate that is within my capacity, that is brilliant. So that is why it's important to celebrate the win, and celebrating your win is going to help boost your motivation. Remember that motivation that sometimes, or a lot of times, fade at the beginning of a new habit or a new year? It's really important that you and I are celebrating all types of win, not just the big grand one, not the ones that, way I worked out, 5 days out of the 7 this week. It's going, I worked out 2 days out of the 7. I was able to work out even when I wasn't feeling as well mentally or emotionally. I still got 2 days, right? Celebrating helps you release those feel-good chemicals in your brain. When they talk about all these dopamine hits, right? Celebrating the wins and actually noting it down. Wow, that's pretty good. I drank more water this past few days than I have ever had in the last year, right? So I'm getting better at reminding myself to take my meds, right? And then what happens is it makes your habits more enjoyable. It also reinforces that positive behavior. You know how with kids it's like, good work, great job, right? So we also have to give ourselves that little pat on the back that says, well done, Marianne. With what you have been going through this past few weeks, you have been able to get your to-do list. You're able to get 3 things off your to-do list last week. Great job. Okay, and so those positive reinforcement is going to help you repeat it more likely than not. Okay, so now you don't need to plan anything elaborate when it comes to celebrating your wins. Your rewards can be very, very simple. So if you finished a week of working out, maybe treat yourself to a nice, a movie or a favorite TV show of yours. So if you have been doing your journaling, like you said, I want to journal more, I want to use my planner more often, maybe you can grab yourself a new pen or a new cute sticker for your planner. Okay, another thing could be if you've hit a milestone, like maybe 30 days of tracking a habit, celebrate yourself and celebrate the win with a little small gift, or go and take yourself out for a nice little window shop. All right, so the key is make sure the reward, of course, aligns with your goals. So don't reward yourself maybe with a donut, if you're, trying to reduce your sugar intake. So make sure the reward does align with your goals. So then that way you're rewarding the progress, and you're not going to be undoing all that good work you've done. So for example, for me, another example is if your habit is eating healthier, maybe reward yourself with a nice smoothie or a new recipe book, that you want to have, that you've been eyeing you've been looking at. Or so don't do that instead of maybe having a cheat day or like a donut or a bag of Doritos. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do for my reward of wanting to work out more is, if I stick to my goal for the next 30 days with getting the 3 to 5 workout per week, I've decided if I reach 60% of my workout goal, so see, 60%, not like 80% or 90% or 100%, because I know my own capacity. All right, so if I reach approximately 60%, which is about 4 to 5 workouts per week for the next 30 days, what the reward I'm going to give myself is maybe get myself a new pair of leggings or a new active wear top. Okay, so then that's aligned with the goal. So this hopefully is going to keep me excited and give me something to look forward to. I'm actually already going to go later today and eye out all the new different leggings, because at the moment I'm just working out in t-shirts and baggy shorts because I don't want to look at myself, in those fitted leggings or fitted sports bra. So what I want you to do is I want you to create a list of the type of reward that you might give yourself for achieving your goals, and make it fun, make it colorful, use stickers, maybe, pop it on your wall, pop it in your planner. For those who want to drink more, maybe a new water bottle, or maybe a little cup holder that you can buy, and so then you can put your water bottle next to you by the desk. So what do we think? All right, so big thumbs up. I love it. Thank you so much, Lydia. Thank you so much, Starkist. What's your first name? So then that way, it's, if you want to share, of course, want to make sure I get to, say your first name. Hello, hello. I found you on my birthday last month. Oh my goodness, and what a gift of inspiration you have been. Oh, Ronnie, thank you so much. And I do appreciate you being here and letting me know that I have at least imparted and inspired in some sort of way, because that's what we want in being able to be part of a community. The community, help support each other as well, and make sure that we are helping embrace each other's, joy of using planners, washi tape and stickers, but using it in a way that makes us put time aside for us, making us a top of that priority, and making sure that if we look after ourselves, and this is just one way, planning and embellishing our planners and our diaries and our journals is just one of the ways to make sure we are putting in that little bit of me time for ourselves. So thank you so much. I do appreciate that, and I wholeheartedly welcome that. So thank you very much. So what do you think? Are these 5 easy tips that you can implement right now to help maybe revive those habits and goals that we created at the end of last year or the beginning of this year, and then maybe we have fallen off the wagon and we haven't been actioning the goals and habits and routines that we have set for ourselves? Let me know. Yes, I thought that might have been it. Victoria, yes. So, but then I went, oh, okay. Is that right? So, Victoria, because I saw the chat, and I went, oh, okay. Lydia said something, but thank you. All right. But I'll call you Starkist if you don't want it revealed. So then, if that is our stage name. So I thank you so much, Victoria. But yes, so. Oh, you're so welcome, and hugs to you, my friend. Yes, thank you. I really love that. And sometimes for a lot of us that may have suffered either physically, mentally, emotionally, it is hard to get through the more difficult times of our day or our week when it feels like we are on our own, because we don't see it on the Instagram, on YouTube, or even our close friends and families don't even share a lot of the times that they are struggling too. So we're both in our own little bubble thinking we're all alone, where that no one maybe understands what we're going through, or if we share some of the difficulties in our life, culture, society, in the past have told us, pull up your big girl underpants and get back to work. Stop the crying, stop the woo-woo. We need to have the woo-woos. We need to have the cry. We need to have the anger. We need to have that frustration, because emotionally reacting this way is a natural part of life. You know how when someone, let's say something bad happens, or a sad thing happens, and then they don't cry or they don't look like they're sad, we think, what's wrong with them? Why are they not reacting in that way? Well, first of all, different people react differently to different situations. But the thing is if we're sad about something, we cry. That's the natural way. This is what's called emotional intelligence, right? We don't get taught emotional intelligence at school. We get taught what 1 + 1 is, but we never got taught that, if you feel sad, it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel bad, feel angry, feel frustrated when something doesn't go your way, or feel disappointed when you miss out on that thing that you've always wanted. This is a natural reaction to the emotions. It's neither good nor bad. It's our way of, it's saying, hey, her mind is working. Her emotional intelligence is kicking in, right? At the moment, not a lot of us, like I've spent 32 years of my adult life doing something one way and just going, you don't cry at work, because that will show weakness. If you're a manager and you lose control and you're a woman, you know, you're being a bitch, or, you know, you're not tough like the men are, you're assertive like the men are, right? So it is important now that we embrace the emotions that we have, and sharing our journey, and me hopefully sharing my journey, will allow others to see that it's not all rosy, happy each time, but that's okay, because that's what life is. So when you have these habits and goals that you may have fallen off the wagon with, it's okay. We have now the tools and the strategies to help us get back on track. So one, start small. Make easy, actionable, small steps. 2, time block. Pop it in your planner. When are you going to do it? In the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening? What time? For 10 minutes? For 5 minutes? How many pages? 2 pages? 3 pages? Right? How many, water? 4 to 5 glasses of water until you get to the 6 to 8. For me, my steps, right? The ideal steps, which I'm now finding out is a marketing thing. It's not so much the 10,000 step each day, right? For me, I will be happy with 5,000 steps, because I do work at home. I stay at home all the time. I don't get outside as much. So I'm starting small, 5,000 steps, but you need to time block it. Tip number 3, use visual triggers to help remind you. Set your environment to help remind you. Drink water, go out for a walk, get up from your desk and stretch, take 1 minute deep breaths. Okay, track your progress. I have that free printable download for a habit tracker. If you're new to habit tracking, check the description for that. Okay, and then also celebrate the small wins. So let me know. This is a nice long one today, 2-hour workshop. What I'm going to do is later I'm going to edit it, so then it's the highlights. So when you go, what are those steps again? You can then go back to a highlighted, edited version, which I'll upload later on in the week. What is the aha moment that you got from today's live stream when it comes to making sure to revive that habit that you may have fallen off the wagon? Let me know in the chat, or of course, if you are watching in replay, what is it that you are going to take on? And remember, take on 1 to 2 steps at a time. You don't have to implement everything from today's live stream right away. It's just making those 1 small steps. If you have any questions for me, make sure to pop them in the comment section, so then others who may have the same questions as you can see it, and I can respond to it in the comments, or maybe expand on it on a later video. Now, if you are still deciding on what goal you achieve, go, Marianne, I'm not even up to making up those goals, let alone fallen off the wagon of them. I haven't made any goals yet. That is okay too, because remember, you don't have to have all goals ready at the beginning of 2025. You can start creating goals in February. Okay, so if you haven't yet written down what top priority or what top goal you want to achieve this month, this year, okay, you can, if you haven't checked out my last week's live stream, Create Balance and Achieve Your Goal, I'll have that in the description, or just have a look at the videos from last week. So do check that out if you are yet to go and figure out what goals you need to achieve. And make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed hanging out with me and the Plannerettes. Really, really important. Thank you so much for joining me and taking this time to spend a moment of your precious time, just taking time for yourself. Remember, put you on top of the list. So I will see you in the next video. Ronnie Cat says, recently started time blocking, and so far I am loving it when my body lets me. Exactly. And your body is also a trigger and communicating to you that, hey, maybe you're not ready yet. Maybe it's still time to recuperate. Our body and our mind helps to protect us. So we have to remember, Sometimes we got to listen to it, and then other times we got to go, are you trying to sabotage me? What is it, right? So really, really important. So thank you so much. I do appreciate you being here, and I will see you in the comment section, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye.